So today we're going to celebrate the Nintendo Switch's 4th birthday. 4 years with this fantastic system. In this video we're going to go ahead and just talk about all the experiences we had and the reasons why they should continue forward with the Nintendo Switch. Let's talk about it. What's up everyone, Nintito91 here, and welcome back to the channel where we discuss video games and unlock your gaming potential. So as we know, the Nintendo Switch is 4 years old now, so I'm probably going to go ahead and go to the store later and get it a little cake so we can blow the candles out and everything. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, 4 years now with the Switch, and honestly, it's been the reason why I made this channel, why I started my 1-minute reviews on my Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. It inspired so much for me. This Switch is a fantastic system. Just the fact that it's a hybrid, you can take off the controllers and stuff like that. Like you can just take that off and play anywhere. You can set it up on with the little kickstand and everything. It's so cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a fantastic system. But I got to thinking what my experiences were with it. So I'm not going to try to make this video too long. I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into it. First off, I'm going to start off my experiences with the Switch. I remember going to my homie Jermaine's house. Shout out to Jermaine. And he had the Switch at launch. I didn't get mine during launch, but he got his, and he got Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, I think. Yeah, Zelda Breath of the Wild. And he showed me Odyssey and I immediately fell in love with it. And then he also got Octopath Traveler later in the future, and that just sold it for me. All those kinds of games look so good on the Switch. At the time, I just had a Wii U. At the time, I just had a bunch of stuff and I couldn't really afford it. So I ended up selling my Wii U with Smash Bros. And Splatoon installed into it. Sold it for like 120 bucks or something. And I saved up to get my Switch. And I ended up getting my Switch during the Super Smash Bros. Release with the limited edition Super Smash Bros. At that moment, that everything clicked for me, that I knew I wanted to dive more into the Switch, and the reason why it was so successful. At first, it was a rough launch. It did have first-party games, but it wasn't like explosive until like 2018 is whenever Smash Bros. Came out, and a bunch of other stuff. Like we got new IPs like Astral Chain in 2019, and everything about the Switch is so awesome. Like it just continues to surprise me till this day. I know I'm sounding like a Nintendo fanboy, but I also had my fair share with PlayStation and Xbox. But the main reason why I like Nintendo so much is because they actually provide exclusives. Exclusives are a big part of what sells the system. And I know Nintendo's kind of anal with their IPs, but just that you can get them nowhere else and just play them on Nintendo consoles was what makes it for me ever since I was a little kid. So the Nintendo Switch is a big reason why I made this channel, and I'm truly grateful for it, and I could not be more happier. And I'm grateful for you guys checking out this channel. It's not just purely Nintendo stuff, but it's mostly Nintendo stuff. But let me know if you guys want me to talk about anything else like Sony and Microsoft and everything like that, and I'll definitely do that. Whatever you guys want, I can definitely do it. I also got to thinking, if the Nintendo Switch released with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X right now, like if it didn't launch in 2017 or 2016, I think, one of those, would it still have the same amount of success as it does now? Would the Switch outsell every console as it is doing now in Japan and here and in the UK? Would it outsell the PS5 and the Xbox Series X? In my opinion, I think it still would. Even with the hardware issues, even with all that stuff that's going on, like it's hard to get a PS5, and right now, you know, just Nintendo's probably stalling on the Switch Pro because of hardware issues. Because 2020 was a hard year and everything shut down, and it was really hard to get anything going because of the pandemic. Honestly, I think the real reason why the Switch would still be successful against those other consoles is because if Nintendo finally has third-party support. I think the main reason why the Nintendo Switch will still be successful against those other consoles right now is because Nintendo finally got third-party support on their consoles, which made everything bigger, and everything just, you can get a lot of indie games on the Switch, and it just really amps up your library. Like you have so many games to get through. Games like Hollow Knight, like Celeste and Blue Fire and stuff like that. Like those games are indie games. They still make the Switch something to pick up at any time and play. So that poses the question, would the Nintendo Switch still be successful even if it launched with those consoles? And I say yes. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think the Switch will still compete with those consoles, or would it flatten out or not sell anything? And not to mention, they still have the Switch Lite too. Nintendo likes to do a lot of revisions to their consoles as they did with the 3DS. This kind of feels like the 3DS all over again. At first it didn't sell very well, but once it got going, once it got new revisions and stuff like that, it exploded. And the 3DS was out for 10 years, so we're 4 years into the Switch. And if a Switch Pro releases, it could be really big. Now at Nintendo, they're saying that the Switch is halfway through its life, so that's 4 years into it. So that means we still got 4 more years left, hopefully, or even more, we'll see. But that also raises a question that there has to be a Switch Pro coming, because you look at the games like Age of Calamity where there's a bunch of frame drops. You look at the new Pokemon Legends Arceus game, you saw some of the Pokemon kind of dip in frame rate. It looked like it was at 5 frames per second. It was pretty bad, but I think it's easily fixable, and that game is still in early development. If they do plan to keep going with the Switch, they have to release a new console, which is the Switch Pro that we're all rumored to see. But yeah, I think they have to do that in order to compete with PS5 and Xbox in the long term. Well, yeah, that was my experience with the Switch, you guys. I absolutely love this thing. I will probably play this thing till I die, or I will never let it go. I don't know. This is such a good console. I just believe that you can take it anywhere and play any Mario games and Yoshi and Smash Brothers and all that stuff. And not to mention, they still have a bunch of games like coming out, like Monster Hunter Rise, which is a multiplayer game that's going to make it even better. I know it's going to PC, but still, Monster Hunter is going to be big for the console. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about the Nintendo Switch turning 4 years old now. Do you believe they're still going to keep going strong? Let me know your experiences with the Nintendo Switch. I had a lot of good, great, amazing times with the Switch. I don't think I've ever had a dull moment with the Switch, other than that I have so many games to play that I hardly have time to finish them all. But yeah, you guys, let me know down in the comments below your experiences, and I'd love to hear all your experiences with the Switch. If you excuse me, we're gonna go ahead and cut the birthday cake and blow out the candles for the Switch, because yeah, happy birthday, buddy. Anyways, with that said, you guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for the video. And if you do that, you have a chance to win a $25 eShop card. So go ahead and do that right now. And with that said, you guys, have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.